Namaste, angels. This is the weekly general reading for the period of tomorrow, December 22nd, through Saturday to come, December 28th. I'm going to apologize in advance just in case anybody hears any of the sounds in the background, although my door is closed as usual, as it always is when I do my readings. But my kids have company. They're having like a little Christmas party, and I was trying to put off doing my work, but they're still here and I gotta, have something done by tomorrow morning. So here I am. And there's nothing on the Muslim or Islamic calendar that we're going to talk about this week. Jumping right into, I guess, Western culture. Well, no, all over the world. Pagan culture. Yeah, that's a better word for it. Christmas, right? So Santa Claus going all over the world, delivering toys to boys and girls that have been good and cold to those who've been naughty. Or on the Christian calendar, the observation of the birth of Jesus, right? We're recognizing the birth of Jesus, the time when Joseph and his much younger wife, Mary, after Joseph had several dreams, telling him that, first of all, his wife was pregnant with God's baby, and that he was to stand by her side and not leave her. He had the gift of dreams. She also had a dream, a daydream, been visited by an angel who told her that she was going to have a baby. So they had different gifts, but they both got the same message. But Joseph additionally had another dream that said they needed to get the hell out of Dodge because the king, Herod the Great, and you know what's interesting? Herod's wife's name was Mariama also. Mary's real name is Mariama. And I mean, you can look it up if you have an ancient Bible. You have the old Bible. You might still see it as Mariama, or in the Torah. You can find it that way, or it's definitely in the Quran. Where you'll also find Jesus as Isa as opposed to Jesus, because the letter J didn't exist yet, which is probably why he's Yahweh in the Torah. In any case, getting off track, I just think it's interesting that Herod's wife, actually his first two wives, were also named Mariama. It's like Mariama the first, and then I don't know, I guess she died, or I don't know why he ended up with another wife. She was Mariama the second. And then he married some woman named Doris. Isn't that weird? That was his last wife before he died. He died 4 years after Jesus was born. In any case, he had this ruling, this edict, that any male babies that were born had to be killed, because he too had received word that this like miracle baby was going to be born and be more powerful than him. And so he didn't want that. So it's like, kill all the baby boys. So to escape Herod the Great, Joseph takes his family, or his pregnant wife, to Egypt. And on the way there, she goes into labor. And so they have to find some place. And they were looking for an inn, right? A hotel. Everything was booked. I guess they were in a popular place. Who knows? Jerusalem was popping, right? So everything was booked. And so one innkeeper says, but you can, hang in my barn instead. And so they go in there, and that's where she has the baby. Following the star, the Magi, which means basically like really highly regarded religious leaders, is what the Magi were. What Magi means. My nickname is actually Mai, which means Magi, M-A-I. And my parents have been calling me that since I was a baby and like an infant, like all my life. And I'm not really sure why or from where they got it, but that's my nickname. It means Magi. Anyway, they, followed the star, and it led them to the barn where the baby had been born, because basically all of these people all over the world, religious leaders and things, were waiting for this birth. And it had been prophesized, for a long time. And they got there, and he was born. and prophecy was fulfilled. That's the story of Jesus. So moving on to Hanukkah, of Christmas rather, the birth of Jesus. Moving on to Hanukkah, for that I'm not going to talk off the top of my head. I've gone to Shabbat.org, and I just like to go to this Jewish website, this one in particular. I'm not sure why, but it's always been the one that I've gone to. It is Shabbat.org. So just very quickly, what is Hanukkah? Because Hanukkah actually begins tomorrow, the 22nd. Hanukkah is the Jewish 8-day wintertime festival of lights. Now, Diwali, which usually comes around October, is also considered the festival of lights. And also, like Hanukkah, is all about light over dark, good over evil. Hanukkah, however, is celebrated with a nightly menorah lighting, special prayers, and fried foods. The Hebrew word Hanukkah means dedication and is thus named because it celebrates the rededication of the Holy Temple. Also spelled Hanukkah with an H, because it's spelled Chanukah or Hanukkah, or other variations of that spelling. The Hebrew word is actually pronounced with a guttural k, like a KH sound. Ka-nuka, not cha-nuka. Okay. In the 2nd century BCE, the Holy Land was ruled by the Seleucids, which were Syrian Greeks. And they tried to force the people of Israel to accept Greek culture and beliefs instead of mitzvah, which is observance and belief of God. Against all odds, a small band of faithful but poorly armed Jews, led by Judah the Maccabee, from the book of Maccabees, defeated one of the most mightiest armies on earth and drove the Greeks from the land, reclaimed the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, and rededicated it to the service of God. When they sought to light the temple's menorah, the 7-branched candelabra, they found only a single cruse of olive oil that had escaped contamination by the Greeks. Miraculously, they lit the menorah, and the 1-day supply of oil lasted for 8 days until new oil could be prepared under conditions of ritual purity. It had to be like blessed, made, like I guess similar to like when they bless the meat, kosher, right? Or if it was Islam, like halal, somebody had to bless it and all that first, the oil. To commemorate and publicize these miracles, the sages instituted the festival of Hanukkah. And then it goes on to talk about how Hanukkah is observed. So you can look more into that if you like. I'm going to move on to the planetary calendar and what's going on this week, beginning with today, the 21st, the day on which I'm doing this reading, or tonight rather, at 11:19 exactly p.m., the sun enters Capricorn. On December 26th at 12:13 a.m., the new moon in Capricorn occurs, 4 degrees Capricorn. So there's another 4 there. Isn't that cool? Of course, I'll do a separate reading for that, so we won't spend too much time on that. And then at 11:55 p.m. on December 28th, the last day for which this reading is, so next Saturday, Mercury enters Capricorn. And I am going to talk about that for a second. And for that, I have gone to www.tarot.com. This was an article written by the tarot.com staff on November 25th of this year. And the period, the transit itself, is from December 28th, 2019 through January 16th, 2020. And I think at that point, there'll be like 6 bodies in Capricorn. Anyway, let's see what this is about. When Mercury enters practical Capricorn, our thoughts come down to earth. Our ideals are realistic, and communication becomes very clear. Mercury is the planet that rules our minds and influences the way that we think and speak. Because Capricorn is one of the most conservative signs of the zodiac, Mercury's transit here puts a methodical, rational spin on our thought processes and interactions. While this may not seem like the most exciting time, Mercury in Capricorn is full of benefits and the timing couldn't be better. This transit always happens near the new year, blessing us with grounded, goal-oriented energy to help us make and keep our resolutions. Capricorn is the businessman of the zodiac, with its sights set on efficiency and success. While Mercury spends time here, we're inspired to think and to act in ways that will help us to reach goals. Capricorn's influence clears up our thoughts, helping us to hone in on the most important and fruitful ideas. We're also able to be more direct in our communication during this transit, cutting down on misunderstandings and wasted time. One of the biggest benefits during Mercury in Capricorn is the building of ideas. The many thoughts that run through our minds are easier to organize, and we can see them like puzzle pieces, arranging them until they fit together in the way that makes the most sense. Once we can see our ideas as solid form, we're able to take action and to turn them into reality. While we tend to be straightforward during this transit, we must be aware of the tone that we take when interacting with others. Capricorn is actually aware of hierarchies, which means that conversation may become more controlling than constructive. We all think our ideas are the best ideas during Mercury in Capricorn, but if we spend too much time worrying about who's in charge, we won't end up getting much done. This article goes on to talk about what it means for Mercury to be retrograde in Capricorn, and also if you were born with Mercury in Capricorn in your own natal chart. So again, that was tarot.com from where I got that information. And we're going to get to the dice now. We are starting with Weekend Away. Spend money. And it's 50-50. With the cards, I'm using my Angel Tarot and the Animal Tarot and the Rider-Waite Tarot. I think I'm going to use my Surrender cards for the advice, but I haven't fully decided yet. I'm sitting here looking at all the decks in my drawer next to me as to which ones we'll use. So for now, we got these. Overall energy for the Angel Tarot, the Ten of Fire. Too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance, and that can lead to stress-related health concerns. So this card can really be about that for me, like just one person doing way too much, having too much on their plate. They're struggling. Maybe nobody else notices, their family, their friends doesn't notice that they just feel like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. And sometimes when we're doing that and people aren't noticing, it means we're holding everything in, and our blood pressure can go up. We could be at risk of heart attack and stroke or, other stress-related problems, anxiety, depression, right? Some sort of breakdown. So it is important to be careful. But the positive thing is that right behind that, also upright, is Major Arcana card, the World. And I always tell you guys that the World for me feels like fire. And, it's the Ten of Fire that it's connected to here. So the World for me does feel like fire. I can never explain what it means for something to feel like fire. I apologize for that part. But that's what it feels. So I attribute it to the fire element, not to any one particular sign. Just feels like fire in general. But since it's Merged Arcana, for me, those are, they carry more weight than the minors, and they tend to be connected to karmic energy, as in energy of the universe. So it could be like Mars himself, the red planet, right? Ruler of the sign of Aries and Scorpio, or perhaps Jupiter himself, right? The daddy of all planets, the big one, that is in charge of our growth, expansion, movement, karma, and luck, right? Gives us gifts. And Jupiter is the ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, but also connected to the fixed signs. So that brings us to Leo. Anyway, it's all about a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, and the path toward enlightenment. It can be about something coming full circle, right? It's come all the way around, and it's complete. We've finished something, a phase, a transit in our lives. And that may be this transit of 3, right? 21 equals 3. Today is the 21st that I'm doing this reading. The winter solstice, again, the sun into Capricorn. So a lot going on today, but this year, 2019, also equals 3. And maybe that's what's come full circle. That could be what this represents for us this week, since this is the last reading of a full week in December. It's like, the year, everything's come around, and here we are about to embark on this whole new energy, a new decade even, right? So, also, the world for me is not only about something coming to completion, but something that we needed to get out of a long time ago. I call it my waiting to exhale card, because you can finally like breathe a sigh of relief, like, oh, like that's finally done, that's finally over, or, I'm not so stressed out anymore because that thing came to an end. And tens are also about something completing too and coming to an end. So this energy is not going to remain around you, even if you are, being weighed down, it will dissipate. But I think the karmic energy is going to step in to help it to complete. So a relationship that you've been in, a job you've been working there too long, you should have quit a long time ago. Now you could end up getting, either finally quitting, like something could come in, a new job for you, and you could move on to something else, or an opportunity to go to school, or I don't know, something changes in your life. Nothing abrupt, nothing crazy. It's the world. It's a slower energy than like the tower that comes in all of a sudden, and maybe you're not ready. But the world eases you out of one situation and into another. So maybe there's a layoff at the company, or, you get fired, or like I said, you quit, whatever. Or a relationship. You probably knew 10 years ago, the relationship was going nowhere. You've been married forever, 20 years, 30 years. And you should have left a long time ago. You didn't. You stayed. Now you're ready to go. Universe somehow helping you out of that marriage or relationship. So you get the idea. And that's going to relieve you of this feeling of being burdened. On a smaller scale, again, something could be happening. It could be one family member that's responsible to set up everything for Christmas or for Hanukkah or whatever you're celebrating or recognizing, if anything. And, there is going to be an energy that helps you to make it through. And then that, it's going to dissipate and everything's going to be fine. You're going to survive the holidays. So from the Animal Tarot, we're beginning with the 3 of Winter, the overall energy of the 3 of Winter, or the 3 of Swords. Sadness is part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you will be stronger than before. So this could be for people who are experiencing, again, some sort of transit and change in their lives that, because of this world, an end of a relationship or a job or a friendship, some sort of situation. For others, I think that you may be missing somebody, and maybe it's been a year since either you stopped speaking to this friend, or you broke up with this person, or maybe you lost somebody and they're no longer on this plane with us. They've transitioned, somebody passed or something. I've also been, picking up passings recently for people too. So it can just be about that, like needing to celebrate. That could be why you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, because you're missing somebody or something. So obviously that's not going to be for everybody, but that's for some of us. Also up right behind it is the 4 of Summer, or 4 of Cups. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way. So there's good stuff out there for us too. But we have to, we're in this place of, it could be like a, oh, woe is me kind of place, or nothing good ever happened, so why should I pay attention? Or we're just caught up because we have so many things on our plate. We have so much to do that we don't notice the blessings that are trying to come in. So the universe is just asking that we be alert. Did I ever shake these up? If I did, let's do it again, because I just heard to do it. Spirit says spend money. Sex. Okay. And it's 50-50. So that could be connected to this, because this again implies that one person is carrying the burden or feels burdensome upon somebody else, and relationships and things contributions are supposed to be 50-50, or in all situations, we need balance, is what it's 50-50 can also mean. All right, so going to the Rider-Waite spread. This is going to be a general reading for all signs, but I also like to focus on, in the beginning on the elements. This one beginning with fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, then Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, then water. And the card is always so wonderful. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So fire signs, right away, your message with the 10 of Cups is that you could be missing something that could make you very, very happy. It might be right underneath your nose and you're not noticing, you're not missing it. You're not seeing it. And you know what? That's pretty much what the 4 of Cups says too. Something could be right in front of you, or someone could be right in front of you that can make you very, very happy, and you're not noticing. So there's, a big message for you to open up your eyes to what's around you. The blessings that God or the universe is trying to give you. It's a good card to get, whether you see the message or not. Up front. It still means other good things too. Just positive energy surrounding you, happiness in general. The only warning is to not overlook happiness, that's already in your life. Maybe because you're, on the lookout for some other hidden future happiness or past happiness. Maybe that's why some of you are sad. If you're sad because, you're missing something or someone. The holidays can make us nostalgic too. But the 10 of Cups tells you to look around you in your present at what's there and what's good and what's meant for you and what you've got and what you should be trying to hold on to. Fire signs. As a matter of fact, in love, if you're already coupled, it's very, very possible that you're spending too much time fantasizing and daydreaming and maybe questioning about the one that got away. And it's funny, I talked about the one that got away. As a matter of fact, I think I entitled the video, The One That Got Away, for one of the earth signs. I believe it was Virgo. So maybe this message as it relates to love is for a Leo Virgo, or somebody that has both fire and earth in their chart, or an earth sign that's dealing with a fire sign, or vice versa. You could be spending too much time questioning about the person that you used to be with, that you broke up with or whatever, from your past, or somebody else that you could be with, that you're not noticing the person that you're with. You're not noticing your present, all the wonderful things that you have there, or that you could have if you were to spend more time focusing on what's yours and what's in front of you, rather than daydreaming about, some old relationship or something. So, just to guide you to just pay attention to the here and now, right? To be present, to be in the moment, basically. And, remind you that the thing about fantasies is that they're fantasies, right? In real life, they tend not to translate the way that we saw them. If you're single, and looking for love, then, it's sort of a reminder that you shouldn't compare partners. So still don't try to hold up some old vision, or my ex-girlfriend wasn't like that. My ex-boyfriend wasn't like that. They were like this, be open to meeting people and accepting them as they are, as individuals. That's going to be important. Moving on to the 3 of Wands. Well, you know what? Let me go back. Let me go back, because I didn't talk about your work, fire sign. So the 10 of Cups in reverse for work. I think it's the same thing. You're not sure maybe that you're, whether you're appreciated or not, and it's saying that you are. Again, you gotta look in front of you and what you have there. If you got a good job and things are going good, it's not the right time to just be fantasizing about being somewhere else, especially if you don't plan on taking any action to be somewhere else. And then maybe in the meantime, you're letting your work slack off because you're thinking about something else. So if you're looking for work, it's also important for you to remain upbeat and positive and, confident in yourself. And being that you're an earth sign, definitely, let the people know that you have the skills to fulfill the job and that you're dependable, you're practical, you're going to show up every day, right? You're not someone flighty. Oh, I'm sorry, not an earth sign, a fire sign. Okay, so you're passionate. Or if I was still stuck on the person that has both. So if you do have both, you are that person that has the earth energy. Yeah, talk about those traits. If you're fire sign, the direct fire sign, those who I was talking about, then you talk about your strengths. Make sure that that's very clear on your resume, that you're able to do things and you're passionate about what you're doing. You take things seriously. You take yourself seriously. You're not playing games. You're not playing jokes. You're not going to waste anybody's time. That sort of thing. Make sure that you're a standout in your applications if you're looking for work. So as far as finance, should be good. It's like when the 10 of Cups in reverse is showing up, it's like finances are probably not your biggest concern or problem right now, if at all. But similar to the other cards, it's important to remember to be grateful for what you have rather than going on about what you don't have, especially if you would like to increase your finances or your abundance in general. It's very important when we're trying to manifest abundance to, the attitude of gratitude. Okay, so for more to come in. All right, so now I'm going to move on to the earth signs and the Three of Wands in reverse. That's your card. So the Three of Wands in reverse, in a general sense, can talk about, our ships coming in. Same thing as it means when it's upright. Dreams coming true. Ships coming in. So think about what it is you've been wishing for and why. It's like the manifestation is happening. This is like a clear sign that the manifestation is happening. And you may have some very, very sudden epiphanies and realizations and moments of clarity about what it is you've been manifesting, and being able to all of a sudden, like, it's so clear to you, you can see the picture. In terms of work, some of you may be starting your own business. That may be the ship that's coming in, right? Because this can be definitely about a focus on your own business. And if you work for somebody else, maybe some sort of promotion or whatever, you should definitely expect good things, because manifestation is still very much at play, and you making your thoughts and the words you speak over yourself your reality. And again, don't be like I was saying to these, as far as fire sign, and this is the element of fire, right? The wands. It's like, don't be shy. Make sure you are confident, and people know your talents. People know your skills. People know that you are passionate and that you are able to work well with others. You sort of light up everything, right? With your fire, you light up the room, and they can count on you to do good work. In terms of love, if you're already in a relationship and you've been having some difficulty, so that can be a reason maybe why, for example, the Three of Swords is here, and also the Four of Cups. Maybe you've been having some challenges, some difficulties, maybe feeling imbalanced, unappreciated, one person doing all the work, one person not putting in much effort at all. Our overall energy, I didn't mention that, is the Eight of Pentacles. So it is about reaping what we've sown. We put in the work and we get the result out. So if only one person's been doing it, that's been challenging. If you've been experiencing anything like that, it's probably coming to an end. And Three of Wands shows up. If you are single and looking for love, it could be right in front of you, but maybe you're not noticing. Don't judge a book by its cover. And I'm going to leave that there at that. In terms of finances, very soon, if they haven't started already, things looking up in that area. And it's going to be directly connected to collaboration, cooperation, co-creation. It's very three oriented. It's the Three of Wands. Threes are about creation and groups, right? Also, last week we entered Venus in Capricorn, and that too is about groups. I'm sorry, Venus in Aquarius. That too is about groups. Aquarius is all about groups itself. And so we're experiencing a lot of this kind of energy, and it's like depending on other people too, being able to work well with others is going to be important and very significant in how and when you bring about that increase for yourself, right? It involves co-creation. And that could be like you co-creating and co-operating with your, like you're the boss, you're the store owner, and you're cooperating with your customers. And you're working together to bring about a product and a service that makes everyone happy. And that's how it increases your abundance. It doesn't have to necessarily mean that you're working on a group project. You know what I mean? And yeah, let me move on to air. I was just thinking if there was anything else I wanted to say to you guys. All right, my fellow Geminis and Aquarius. I have no Libra. I have some Libra, but not enough to speak of. But I have a lot of Gemini sun, and a lot of Aquarius moon, and both of them in other areas too. So my fellow air signs. 10 of Wands in reverse is our card. It's not very exciting. We have another 10 of Wands here, as you'll recall. And so we could really be feeling it. Air signs, definitely just feeling just tired. It's like over a lot of stuff. Again, tired of being like the one to have to always do everything and, put out everybody else's fire and carry everybody else's load. Tired of delays that we've been dealing with. Everything just is taking longer than it should. Money should have came in that we were waiting for. New job, new apartment should have come through by now. We got the paperwork before and it still just hasn't happened. It's just all these kind of things. And, we might just need a break. It may help, even if it's just like a few hours, like you take some time to be social, maybe enjoy some holiday time that's coming up. If you're able to, because we could be feeling this way at work too, just sort of like not very excited about our job, just overworked, underpaid, unappreciated. And we want to be careful if your job is just funky in general about taking too much or, things like too personal if they aren't really directly towards you. But at the same time, if you are experiencing things directly, you want to know that you don't have to put up with, mistreatment and injustice. You could figure out how to get out of there. So that could be something that's coming to an end, right? Those experiences. And it's similar with love. It's like same thing, like when it's upright, it tends to point to challenges in a relationship, like I said about the last group. So we could have some, again, cross connections there too. And it's really possible that there is some cheating, maybe even infidelity or lies. You're being misled, and it's crossing again the Three of Wands. So that maybe it's some sort of party of three, perhaps even a love triangle, maybe involving a fire sign. Although these are not court cards, so it is, they don't point to actual people, but it's just a lot of wands, and it's wands crossing wands. So could actually be involving a fire sign, some sort of, what's the word? If it's not infidelity, just some sort of betrayal, even if it's not like actual physical cheating, something that's not right. There could be some lies and stuff going on. It's interesting that it's sitting next to the sun because the sun is for the water signs. But again, maybe there's some crossing there too, because when the sun shows up, it shines light on everything and stuff comes to light. What's done in the dark comes to light. And we're celebrating the Festival of Lights this week, right? So this in light over dark. So something could definitely be coming out. And I'd say air signs in particular could be finding out some shit about their relationships and maybe wanting to end them. Maybe those things are hurtful and they should get out. Maybe there's somebody better for you right in front of your face. Stop focusing on this person that doesn't treat you right. Right? Get out of that. But you may want to consider, think about it. Have there been changes in your partner's behavior and stuff? It could be signs and signals that are pointing right to it. It's like look for the red flags, right? The red, the fire. Look for the red flags. There could be some pointing to something's not right here. In terms of finances specifically, it can point to current or soon to come challenges, difficulty with money. So don't panic. It's not time to panic. It's never time to panic, because also again we're in this place of manifestation, so we can turn that around. But you may want to watch your spending, be a little bit frugal, and maybe it's just a warning again for that because of the holidays. Like don't get too crazy. Don't spend your rent on presents or something. You know what I mean? So that takes us to water and the sun. Well, the sun is one of my favorite cards. Directly in the tarot represents the sign of Sagittarius. The actual sun, Earth's star, the sun, rules the sign of Leo, so fire sign Leo. And or here, right? The fire signs were here. The sun to me makes everything better. People in the water area also, you could be experiencing this week, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because it's going to come out fine, but I'm just thinking everybody wants to party and celebrate, and you could be having some sort of medical issues going on. Maybe you need an x-ray or MRI, something in chemo, something involving rays. But again, it's positive and everything's going to be fine. Definitely, as I was saying to the others, news about something could be coming out, that you were in the dark about could be coming to light. It could be a positive surprise for you, maybe involving family or something, right? Crossing the 10 of Cups. It's sitting next to the 10 of Wands and underneath the 3 of Wands. Like I was saying, there could be some sort of party of 3 situation going on around you as well. And information, something could be coming to the light. Or you may be the fire sign that's part of these parties of 3. Actually, as it relates to love, people might think the sun, because I love the sun, and they might think, oh, it's the sun, it's going to be great. Yeah, it can mean great things. Everything grows, right, with the sun's light. It heals. But in the tarot, it can actually mean that if you're in a committed relationship, that you both need some sort of space, like you need to take a step back, maybe more so than usual. It's definitely not a good time to be like clingy or whiny. Well, for me, it's never a good time to be whiny. I can't deal. And so if you're dealing with a air sign, it's like really that's not a good idea to be whiny and stuff. I actually called the love reading "Clingy Ain't Cute" last week because that energy was coming up. So be careful of that. And if the partner needs a break, or if you need a break, then ask for it in a respectful way. To try to avoid conflict. In terms of work, if you're looking for a new job, one could be like right around the corner for you. Something is coming up. If you're on the job, you're happy where you are. They're happy with you too. They appreciate your work. They respect you. Things are stable, moving in the direction they should be, which is forward and positive. In terms of general energy, again, it's a card that's good. Everything is better. Everything is made better by the sun showing up. Money, work, again, love life, you just, it's good too. You just might need a break. You just need to spend some time for yourself. And it could be because of spiritual energy, because of ascension. You could be seeing a lot of truth, having a lot of revelations, and coming to a lot of clarity, epiphanies and things with the sun. Because again, the sun brings things to light. On that note, let's look at some other cards and we'll see what energies perhaps repeat and things. So let's go in with the divine masculine first. Feminine. Everything in frame, okay. Crowning the masculine this week, it is the Six of Air. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation, maybe even taking a trip. So we saw that in with the last cards, the last spread, that things had been difficulties coming to an end, nearing an end if they haven't already. And also, again, possibly needing a break. This can be about a break. This can be about a need for vacation. This can be about taking a vacation. It's also about positive movement forward, things getting better in a metaphorical sense. Somebody could be actually moving, as in like moving house or something too, traveling. So literal and metaphorical movement. Surrounding the masculine. The Knight of Earth, loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. Knight of Earth, very well this week. Could be a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Wow, very nice. Masculine subconscious, the Four of Fire, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. So this is just joy. Joy to the world, right? That's what we're celebrating this week. So it could be just about that. You know, he's just feeling good. He's in a better place. His life is improving. And it's the holidays. Like, you know, let's just be happy. But the Four of Fire or Wands is also about commitments. And this is the general reading, so it doesn't have to be commitments in terms of love. This could be business commitments, especially sitting here under the Knight of Earth. Things getting better in his finances and his work and his business. Progress. Maybe even working for himself. Crowning the feminine. It's another Three of Air. Three of Swords. Just like the overall energy we had with the other deck. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. Again, last week I saw some passings and I only did 3 astrological signs. I only did the earth signs. And for the sign of Taurus particularly, I saw some energy come up that could be related to, you know, losing somebody that was close to us. And I actually had one female, a feminine comment that she lost her mother, and another comment that she lost. I had gotten very specific and said that somebody may lose a mentor, a teacher, or something, and lose their job, like with the cards that came up. And this woman commented that she had lost a mentor that she cared about very much, who happened to be a teacher. And because she was working with this woman in like taking care of her, whatever, nursing her, the woman died. Because the woman died, she also lost her job. So she had experienced all the things that I was talking about in that segment. So it could be, I say all that to say, it could be particularly an earth sign, and maybe even more specifically, Taurus female who experience loss. But for others of us, I've, you know, the same reasons that I gave for the other Three of Swords to have shown up can be why this one is here. Could be, again, because we're feeling nostalgic and we're missing somebody, they're not around for whatever reason. Could just be some sort of distance or separation between us. Could be somebody that passed away and at the holidays you look at them. Could be that we're focused on past relationships rather than our present ones. And so we're getting caught up in that and the mistakes that we made and things that went unsaid and all that kind of stuff. Or people that we've recently left behind or recently have left us behind, because also over the past couple of weeks and this real year, really, 2019 was all about people finding where they belong and, you know, looking for their like soul tribe and cutting people off with whom, the vibration clashed. It didn't vibrate properly and things like that. So surrounding the feminine. The sun, however, so something could be coming up that's positive. Now, in terms of the medical, because remember the water signs just got the sun, and some of them may have, it could be the Three of Swords or Three of Air, because they're experiencing some sort of medical situation, and maybe it involves surgery. So like in terms of the Three of Swords, they have to cut in this surgery. But again, everything turns out fine with that. Could be a female or someone close to you, someone close to a female that's experiencing this. Even a C-section, and maybe specifically giving birth to a boy. The Three of Air and the sun. Cancer that's removed. I had picked up cancer last week, and over the past month, a couple of readings I did, I had nosebleeds and stuff, and that's always tied to cancer and stuff for me too. So maybe somebody has some removed, but then they also need chemo or radiation. Everything's going to be fine again with this person. Happy outcome, right? Brilliant new ideas that lead to success if you have confidence in yourself. Somebody also could be traveling to a warm climate for a memorial. Somewhere, where it's sunny. I don't know if it's like the islands, the tropics, Florida, California. Feminine subconscious. Major Arcana card 17, the Star. So this is another card of positive energy. So again, everything gets better. This three could, for some people, Three of Swords could definitely be a past energy, a past feeling too. And, these two cards show up to say that things not only getting better, but a hell of a lot better. Major Arcana card 17, the star represents the planet Uranus and the sign of Aquarius, which it rules, and it's all about our prayers being answered, wishes being granted, dreams coming true. This is manifestation with the star. It's also about communication too. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. So it's energy that stays with you for a while. You're on the right path. For some, it could be, again, something that you left behind or that left you behind. And so you were wondering if you were on the right path because I'm without this thing now and I miss it, or this person now and I miss it. Yes, everything is good. Major Arcana card, the sun represents the sign of Sagittarius. The star represents the sign of Aquarius. Crowning. The Queen of Earth, thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. The Queen of Earth is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. She could be a mother energy, again, maybe an earth sign woman. I also saw pregnancy in that Taurus reading too. And like 2 or 3 of them got back to me that they were pregnant also, and it's in the comments on the video. So maybe there's a C-section this week, again, and giving birth specifically to a son, a boy. And that could be answer to your prayers too. Like wanting to be a mother, wanting to have a child. It comes. Maybe a little difficult, but it comes at the root foundation. The Page of Earth. Scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. Good news about financial matters. Wanting to do something more challenging and a new area of study. With a baby that's born this week will be a Capricorn. So that could be what the pages often represent actual children. But this, again, is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And sitting next to the Four of Fire for the masculine means wonderful things for him. Again, could be a home renovation, just feeling joyous and happiness in his home, in his family, things going well, business, everything improving, everything moving, everything growing. Also crossing the Knight of Earth. So we have all of this positive Earth or Pentacles energy, which is all about abundance that's surrounding him. So this is really good. He's crowned by the Six of Air. That's a positive card too. Nothing negative surrounding the masculine. In terms of the feminine, There could have been some sort of financial loss or loss of some sort of abundance or something too, but even there, things are going to improve and get better in answer to your prayers. At the heart of the matter, Major Arcana card 12, Awakening, or the Hanged Man, which represents the sign of Pisces, the planet Neptune. Look at things in a different way, from a different perspective. You might be at a temporary standstill, feel like things aren't moving, things aren't going anywhere, but they are, and they will, very much so. It's important to be yourself in that moment, like to be honest, to be truthful, to not be fake. Again, you are manifesting, the universe is watching, the universe hears, or, God, as they say, God sees, God hears. Yeah. We're going to further clarify these two. If you didn't see last week's reading, I think it's still important. I in a way, I hate that I have to put dates on them, because then it can cause people to not not view them if they feel like they missed it. But just really, really powerful energy that came from that reading. I definitely don't feel like enough people saw it, but of those that did, there was really an overwhelming response to it too. In any case, crowning the masculine atop the Six of Air or Swords is the King of Air or Swords, or they call him Winter in this case. Intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly. Be objective and unemotional. Act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, then seek out the most experienced expert that you can find. The King of Winter is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. For me, he can often be like a lawyer, a judge, some sort of professional, an accountant, a realtor, and maybe that's what the house is here about. Maybe masculine closing on, a new house or apartment or something, condo. And he's moving, all right? He's moving. This thing's going well. It could just be a regular, an actual friend. Everything's not so big and huge. I'm just giving you all the possibilities. But there just could be a king of winter in your life, or this could be your own energy, or this could be representative of Mercury this week, moving into Capricorn, helping you. Surrounding the masculine, atop the Knight of Earth, is the King of Earth, or the King of Autumn. Compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. Everything's going to be great. Turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible. And money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. The King of Autumn is, again, a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And this is... it might be something that's been a long time coming, that you've been working on manifesting a long time. The Knight of Earth and Pentacles is a very slow, very patient, yet consistent energy. Like slow and steady wins the race. And the King of Autumn is about things just really happening, right? Things being manifested. Your ship, again, coming in. So this is like really, really positive for the masculine. And, just really aligns with his other cards. And again, I think because a lot of masculines did the work. And if you look at the reading that I did last week, you can see where that abundance was supposed to be coming in. The work that he's done is really paying off for him now. And that aligns also with our overall energy from the last spread, which was the Eight of Pentacles upright, right? You put in the work, you reap what you sow. So masculine definitely reaping what he's sown this week. And he's done a lot. Oh, I love this. It is... the Dreamer, Major Arcana card 0, or the Fool atop the Four of Fire. So this is a brand new path you never walked before. Again, he could have just moved or be moving this week. Maybe his own apartment. He never lived alone before. Or he could have gotten out of a relationship And maybe that's why he's on his own. It's a brand new path. He could be entering a relationship, deepening a commitment with the Four of Fire or Wands. And that's a brand new path for him, even getting married or engaged. So this is very exciting for the masculine. You're starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. This is so Mercury and Capricorn here. The King of Winter or Swords and the King of Pentacles, one atop the other. For the, so the masculine really being affected by that transit this week in a good way. Crowning the feminine atop the Three of Swords. We know it's not another Three of Swords because the overall energy for this deck is the Three of Swords, right? Three of Winter. It's the Nine of Summer. So something getting really better, like we talked about. Now's the time your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. So we just need to let go of this hurt, this past situation, this pain. Or again, if it's a medical situation for us and we're worried about the outcome, we now have two cards here on the side of the feminine between the Nine of Cups and the Star that say that, you know, our dreams are going to come true. Our wishes are going to be granted. We have the Sun here in the middle of them saying we're going to be made happy. So again, I'm feeling that everything's going to be fine, and the card just saying everything's going to be fine. But maybe your initial thought when you get a diagnosis or a prognosis or something is sadness, right? Nobody wants to be ill. Or even just, again, hearing that you have to have a C-section, emergency C-section. Why? I don't want that. I want to have my baby natural. So sad, but everything's going to be fine. Surrounding the feminine atop that Sun is the Six of Summer. Six of Summer or Six of Cups also can be very much so about kids. So something happening positively in that area, or about soulmates or past relationships, people from your past returning, and it might be something that you've been asking for to return, somebody that you've been wanting to see again. The love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. It doesn't have to be your childhood, anywhere in your past. Old memories can be healed. So maybe, again, that pain, it gets healed this week. Everything gets fixed this week and the situation gets resolved. Or possibly old childhood dreams. Now's the time when your dreams come true. Old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. Atop the Star for the feminine. Boom, it's the Star. This is just like last week's reading. At the heart of the matter, it was judgment atop judgment. Oh, wow. Can you believe it? Major Arcana card, the Star, twice over, and the Nine of Cups. So this is a really positive week for the feminine, about manifestation. Maybe a soulmate you've been praying to return to your life. They come back this week. Maybe, again, something happening with a child, very positive. Maybe you've been wanting a child. You've been praying for a child. When am I going to become a mother? It's happening this week. You're learning that you're pregnant or you're giving birth. You know, just this could be so many things. Again, it could be communication, so something could be coming to light, but in a positive sense. A situation could get resolved, a friendship could come back together, a romantic relationship could come back together. There's just so many possibilities, but they're all positive. You're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry, like the Three of Swords, will be replaced with optimism. Like everything's awesome, right? Life is wonderful. Fear will be replaced with hope. And joy is coming home to roost. You could be bringing home a bundle of joy. Some of you, right? Again, a baby. Joy is coming home. Crowning atop the Queen of Earth. Major Arcana card 13, release or death. It's time to release the past and to move on to something new. This ending is the first step on the way to a happy future. And of course, the ending, again, is sitting next to that Three of Swords, feminine. So this is something from our past of which we need to let go. Just move on from it. Major Arcana card 13, release or death, represents the sign of Scorpio. The moon is actually in Scorpio today, the day on which I'm doing this reading, the 21st. At the root, foundation, atop the page of Earth, is the Two of Autumn, Two of Earth. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage, like that Ten of Wands, right? It's important to balance your work and your personal life and to bring a spirit of fun to all you do. So like I said, some of us may just need to be social. We've just been doing too much and we need a break, and maybe like going to a holiday party or out with a friend for some drinks or something will be enough. Two of autumn can be about balance, needing to find balance in our life. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. All this earth energy can be about working too hard, too many hours, all of these things. Maybe we just need, to pause. When the two of autumn or earth or pentacles is about decisions, it's usually decisions about earthly matters. So things like, where should I work? Where should I live? Should I date? Should I marry? Should I, am I working too many hours? Am I working too many days? Am I not working enough? All of those things are matters of the earthly. At the heart of the matter, atop the hangman, it's another Four of Wands, Four of Spring. It's time to kick back, to relax, and to celebrate all that you have. Joy arises from success in your career, the completion of a project, or a very happy home life. So again, this means wonderful things for the masculine. There could be a pause. It could seem like, something's not going to go through. We're not going to make it to closing. With the Knight of Earth and the Hangman, because those can be about pause, but this works out. Okay, this works out. Maybe talk to a king of winter, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or some sort of professional person that can help you through this matter, a business person that understands what's happening. And, if you experience some sort of delay or pause, and let them explain to you everything's going to be fine because everything will be. Or let me explain to you. Maybe I'm the king of winter. Let me be the king of winter if you don't have one of your own. I am a Gemini and an Aquarius many times over in both cases. And I'm telling you from the cards, everything's going to be fine. Feminine for us too. It's a wonderful week. Let's do some further advice. I just took the cards right off the top. Further advice to the masculine. Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. Told you it was all about manifestation. And the energy of Gemini or Mercury, our ruler, or Venus, our other ruler. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. Major Arcana card, the Magician, does represent the planet Mercury and the sign of Gemini, which it rules. And it is about manifestation. It is about your ability to bring about anything in your life that you want. Make your thoughts and words your reality, but make sure you're doing it in a positive way, because you can make negative thoughts and words your reality too. We don't want that. For the feminine, Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit, which represents the sign of Virgo. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. There could be some ascension for the feminine, or maybe she has a decision to make. Maybe she has some thoughts, some healing again to do, some feelings and emotions to deal with that Three of Swords. So she can get her spirits picked back up and, manifest and then enjoy all the positive energy that surrounds her. Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit, represents the sign of Virgo. For the masculine, the King of Summer, warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. So we've got 3 kings here of the swords, the pentacles, and the cups. The only one that's missing is the wands. But it's very masculine energy here. But also with the with the water, the King of Summer, he's softened up. He's romantic. He's in touch with his feelings without being whiny. Without being emotional in a negative or toxic way. He's balanced. And he's like ready for love. That can be what these Four of Wands is about too. That could be what he's manifesting. He's manifesting happiness, whatever it means for him. Everybody's different and individual, but it's like whatever it is you've been working on, your things, Your life is finally falling into place the way you wanted it to. I'm not surprised that it's this week, right? Feminine, womp womp. To go with our threes of swords, it is a five of swords, five of winter. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. I think this is something or someone, again, onto which we're still holding, and that's the need. That's why there's a need for introspection with the hermit energy to show up, for us to go within and release or let go of the thing or person that's holding us back, the ethereal cords to which we're still tied, holding us back and keeping us from manifestation. But I'm going to pull another card for the feminine anyway. Where's that same deck? All right, there it is. So here it's upright. I'm just going to turn it around and pull the next upright card. It's this one. Ace of Autumn. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. Something super amazing. Whether it's a relationship, a job, money in general, some sort of abundance in general just coming your way is waiting to reach you. Your dreams are trying to come true, wanting to come true. You have to release an old negative energy that's trying to keep you in that plane, in that dimension with it, rather than allow you to move forward. So that's the work that you need to do, feminine. And it could be a person in your life. It could be, a situation. It could just be, again, an ethereal cord, an energy. You're still tied to something because you're holding on to it. Let that thing go. Use this energy of death to release yourself from that so you can move on and manifest wonderful things for yourself too, like the masculine is doing this week. I hope you guys have enjoyed the general reading. I will be back with love. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all the many ways you support me. Any and all information about me, if you want your own reading, energy healing, to be my friend on social media, to chat, kick it, whatever. All the information will be in the description box. Merchandise, everything. Thanks again. Namaste.